All right, sir, I'm detecting a bit of an attitude, and I've had a bit of problem with you all day long. I'd suggest you kind of take a deep breath and try to get rid of the attitude, because then if you don't, you may cause me to have to get an attitude too. So,
well, likewise, take that deep breath, do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Excuse me?
I said same, do the same thing. Take that deep breath. Goose fraba.
All right, Mr. Phillips, do you know what my title is?
I do, but that doesn't give you the right to belittle me or anybody else in your court. You know, you have a code of conduct.
I am finding your conduct contemptuous because you're interfering and disrespecting the process and the court. You are hereby fined for direct contempt of court, $100 cash payable in 1 week to the clerk of the district court.
That's fine.
The reason why I'm here, I was having a really bad day, and I let my mouth get the better of me, sir.
Okay, we'll address that a little bit more in a moment. This is State of Kansas versus William Wayne Phillips. It's case number 2024 TR 1376. Mr. Phillips appears from the jail Zoom location. Devin Canfield as prosecuting attorney. I do see in this file an order and sentencing finding defendant in contempt of court and order to take into custody due to disruptive behavior, apparently on August the 14th before Judge Webster. Review the court's order. You were found in direct contempt of court multiple times, Mr. Phillips, and I appreciate your apology for having a bad day, but orders have already been made. Court first fines the defendant $100, then increases to $200, and then finally $500. Said fine still does not dissuade the defendant from his ongoing contemptuous conduct, so the court orders him removed from the call by the Zoom administrator, and the order was fulfilled. Court orders any law enforcement officer who may find the defendant, wherever he may be, to apprehend.
This courtroom moment begins with tension as a judge directly calls out Mr. Phillips' attitude. The warning is clear. Disrespect in court has consequences, and patience is already thin. Part 2. The situation escalates quickly into a contempt finding, with fines stacked.
Detain him till he can be brought before the court for further sentencing on his subsequent direct contempt of court of failing to appear at 2:30 p.m. this date, as ordered. Well, that was a really bad day, Mr. Phillips.
Yes, sir. I work out of town, and I suffer from bipolar syndrome, and I left my medication at home, and it was just one thing after another that day, and I let my mouth overrun my intelligence, and I tried to make it here on time, but I was working out in Independence, and when I came here, I felt that if I would have turned myself in, it would have been more bad than it was good, and then I just made a snowball get bigger, sir.
So eventually you were just picked up on an arrest warrant?
Yes, sir. I was picked up on Thursday.
On Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where were you picked up at?
In Wichita, in Mays. I was leaving the company I work for, their yard out in Goddard, to another location, another job site. And then that's how I got picked up, sir.
Okay, so when did you arrive in the jail in Butler County?
Monday is the soonest they came and got me, sir.
Okay, well, apparently you didn't see a judge on Monday then?
No, sir.
All right. Anything about that statement that you would contest regarding how long he's been in jail, Mr. Canfield?
Your Honor, I was looking through the booking sheet now. I've not been able to find exactly when the defendant was booked into our jail, but I have no reason to believe that that's incorrect.
And I could pay the $500 upon my release.
The situation escalates quickly into a contempt finding, with fines stacking up due to repeated disruptive behavior. What started as frustration turns into a serious legal setback.
Today or whenever.
All right.
I just want to keep my job. I'm the only one that works in my household, and you hear this all the time that the longer I'm here, the more jeopardizing that it goes to my family, and that's the only. I understand I did wrong, and I need to be reprimanded for that, for my actions, and like I said before, I truly apologize. There's no excuse for it, sir.
What about these underlying charges, Mr. Phillips? I know we've talked about the contempt, but not while we haven't talked about why you were in court in the first place. You had a speeding charge, 86 and a 65.
Yes, sir.
And you also had a driving while suspended, a Class A misdemeanor. Apparently, it's not your first.
No, sir. I've been working with the state of California to beginning of August. I had paid all my dues to the California to release my license, which they returned to me because my license has been suspended for 23 years for no reason. Pretty much, yeah. And I finally got it resolved, and I've been in constant step on trying to better my situation with my driving and then also with my license, trying to be productive in every way that I can within, society, if you would. And it was just,
Are you wanting to try to get your license reinstated before trying to resolve these charges? Is that your goal?
That's my goal. I'm
Okay. Do you intend to do this on your own, or do you want the court to consider a court-appointed attorney?
Wait a second. Did you say I tried to get my license on my own or an attorney?
Well, handle this case.
Mr. Phillips shifts tone and offers a sincere apology, explaining personal struggles and a mental health lapse. For the first time, the court sees accountability instead of resistance.
It doesn't appear that you've had an attorney appointed in the past, and I don't even know if you qualify for one.
No, sir. I planned on getting counsel through Charlie O'Hare's office.
Okay.
O'Hare in Wichita.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I encourage you to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and establish a date then on a future calendar. How long is it going to take you to get this attorney hired and get this business taken care of, Mr. Phillips?
So Thursday when I got picked up, we had just moved from our old house. We were moving this weekend. So a lot of that has been tied up in that. But the sooner I can get back to work, the sooner I can set everything into motion. Like I already have a couple of $100 saved up for the attorney. And then I'm trying to figure out how to go about, because in California, you have to call a number, which is their driver's license helpline. And I'm not sure how to do it here. I don't know if I have to take off work to go to the DMV, or if there's a number, or if there's online service I can do. I don't know how to go about it.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, Mr. Phillips. The court date I have for Judge Webster, who's pretty upset with you right now, is not until December, but I think I really want to keep track of this case and set a court date much, much sooner. So I'm going to set you on an expedited docket with a different judge, Judge Lee. You can explain your situation to Judge Lee at that time. He can do appropriate future scheduling if necessary. But I'm going to set you on a docket 1:30 p.m. on September the 20th. That is a Zoom docket, Mr. Phillips. Now, you've handled yourself very appropriately today, Mr. Phillips, and I appreciate that. But when you get on with Judge Lee by Zoom, because this is a Zoom.
The judge acknowledges the apology, but emphasizes that prior orders still stand. Jail time, fines, and missed appearances show how small decisions can snowball fast.
docket so you can participate from the road. But you need to have good audio, good video, and participate fully September 20th at 1:30 in Judge Lee's court. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't think we have a...
Thank you.
Are there some standard Zoom numbers for that docket, Mandy? Because he's not represented, so I don't know how he's going to get the Zoom invitation.
I think I have to call, because when I did it before, I was calling to actually reschedule my court date. And when I called up here, she automatically gave me the number and the password. So,
well, as long as you're on this meeting with no excuses, Mr. Phillips, September 20th, 1:30, Judge Lee's court. Okay? You need to appear by audio and visual means and readdress your case, and then explain the situation to Judge Lee, and then he can do appropriate future scheduling if necessary. And in the meantime, if you can get the O'Hara firm on board, you need to give them that court date.
yes, sir.
So September 20th at 1:30. All right, Mr. Phillips. I do note in the docket notes in this case from August the 14th that Judge Webster said, ordered the $500 fine to be paid to the court in 1 week or 3 days jail time served. Well, if your information to the court is correct, you've already done twice that. Sounds like you've done about 6 days so far.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right?
Yes, sir.
And you've certainly been in jail since Monday. I'm going to go ahead and order you released at this time on the contempt sanction.
Thank you, Your
I'm
Honor.
going to direct that you pay the $500 fine that you've already told the court you could do. So get that paid within 1 week from today. Better yet, right away.
Yes, sir.
And get that part of your contempt order discharged. Sounds like from the wording of the order of sentencing on this contempt that you earned every bit of that fine.
I did, Your Honor. Every single bit of it and jail time.
Rude, personal, insulting, and disrespectful comments. Just no place for that.
Discussion turns to the underlying traffic charges and long-term license suspension. Mr. Phillips expresses a genuine desire to fix his life and regain legal driving status
In the system, Mr. Phillips, but you've done so much better today, I'm willing to give you another chance.
I appreciate you, Your
And I
Honor.
would hope that if you ever appear again in front of Judge Webster, that you start off with the same sincere apology that you started off with this court today.
That's what I planned on doing, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Phillips. Now, if you have other holds on you, I'm not releasing you from those. But when it comes to the contempt hold or any hold in this particular traffic matter, I'm going to go ahead and order you released. Let me see if you had a bond.
It said no bond.
Well, now I'm going to place you on an OR bond.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
I did speak with the clerk's office just before this hearing, as I did not see any notes about a bond set at the last hearing. The clerk's office let me know that a bond of $500 cash was set, but as the court is issuing an OR bond today, I'd ask for a 1,000 OR bond.
Yeah, court will adopt that recommendation. Court will allow Mr. Phillips to sign out on his own recognizance, $1,000 amount, which means if you don't show up next time or in the future, Mr. Phillips, you're going to owe an additional $1,000 on top of everything else. But the bond is established in the case at $1,000 OR with the next court date, September 20th, 1:30 p.m. by Zoom with Judge Lee. Okay.
I have a question, Your Honor.
What is it?
So I'm getting released and then I have to pay 1,000?
No, well, you can if you want to, but really you're signing out on your own recognizance, on your own promise.
Okay.
So you're not having to put up money today, but you still have to pay the $500 fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we're on the same page. You need to get that done within the next 7 days.
Yes, sir. Will
If you
do.
don't have any other holds, you should be able to be released today, Mr. Phillips.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
And again, I apologize.
Apology accepted by this court anyway.
Thank you, sir.
We'll move on to another matter, Mr. Phillips. Have a good afternoon.
Likewise, sir.
and the court grants release on an O bond, offering a second chance with strict conditions. Respectful conduct earns leniency, but the warning is unmistakable.